Well, hello, hello, and aloha, y'all. This is Miss Chantel Boucher here with Believers in Business Creative slash Believers in Business Social. And I am very excited today because we have one of our upcoming title sponsors, Rudy Frederico with FCC. And he's became such a great contact of mine and a great friend of mine. And I'm just excited to have him, be featured here. But before we kind of go into the nitty gritty of the event, Rudy, please kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your company that you're affiliated with, and show your little man.
Well, all right. So we'll start with mini me. So
His
which is
mini me.
kind of helps tell the story. So
I love
um,
it.
I am I'm a franchise guy. So an affiliate and partner with the franchise consulting company FCC,
Hmm.
and we do two things in the franchise world. We help companies become franchises. So if you had a restaurant and you want to expand the footprint, you want to help other people get into business, we can help you do that. The other thing that we do is we act as a brokerage and connect people to one of the 400 different brands that we represent. The mini me comes from a company called Shrunk 3D. And so Shrunk 3D is one of the many brands that I represent, and people can own that business and produce those for their clients. We've got businesses in food and beverage, in health and beauty, in automotive spaces, whatever your acumen is or your desires or goals are, we help find the best fit and put you on the right path for that entrepreneurial journey.
That is so cool. And so tell me, I think it's so interesting. Obviously, me being in business development, there is a lot of people that have companies where they think, is this a franchisable thing? Is this not a franchisable thing? What are some good tips that you can give to people that are possibly considering franchising? Like, how can they find out if their business is something that is franchisable?
So I would start with the self assessment and answer two questions.
Hmm.
One, can I teach other people to do what I do, or is my business only successful because of me? If I
Hmm.
can teach somebody else to do it and I'm making money, I am profitable,
Hmm.
then it is worthy of the conversation. And then
That's
that conversation is we'll then do a cost benefit analysis, look at your business. Are you making enough money that someone would buy into the process that
uh-huh.
you can teach them how to do it? And is it worth it for you? Right. And so if those things in that cost benefit analysis make sense, then we go over what it costs to become a franchise company,
Hmm.
what your obligations are, how your life is going to change because it will,
Yeah.
and just understand what it is that you're getting into. And all of that is a complementary assessment. Nothing happens until you decide to move forward, and then everything is commission and performance based. So if that conversation is, you know, worthy of something having, then let's chat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Can you give us some examples of like different industries that would be good to possibly franchise, or maybe some of the clients that you have, as far as the different verticals?
So we have things in automotive, CBD, stores, some fun entertainment stuff, rock climbings and bounce houses and things like that.
Hmm.
Lots of food and beverage options from things like Teriyaki Madness and Sticks Kebab shops to big sports bars or some simple coffee shops like
Sure.
Papalecco or Five Lakes Coffee. We have things in health and beauty, Dry Bar and places where you get nails done and lashes, amazing lash, decalash, things like that, where salons where you get stuff, massage, IV therapy. I mean, the list goes on and on. And that's part of our assessment when someone is interested in a business but not sure what. Well,
Yeah,
let's talk about what's available in the space. A lot of
sure.
people think it's just food, and it's not.
Yeah.
There's lots of other
I think
verticals,
people automatically kind of think that when they hear franchise,
and that's
automatically
yeah.
think food products. Yeah.
They think of Subway and McDonald's and some of the big players, and that's a good start.
Yeah.
But food's actually less than a third of the franchise world. And there's a whole lot of other stuff out there that we help people figure out. One, just to get educated and say, yeah, I can do that. Let's fit it to your background, your acumen, or if you want to do something completely different. If you've done accounting and you just don't ever want to crunch another number and you
Yeah.
want to just paint, well, there's businesses that do that. Now, you still have to do the accounting for your business, but so you never get away from that. But there's, if you want to just do something different or fun, let's explore the possibilities. And it's just a conversation, and
That's
We'll
cool.
figure out the rest.
Yeah, and so for also too, would it be good for people who maybe when they do that assessment, if there's a few things that need to happen, you kind of tell them, "Hey, until this happens and come back to us." Like, can you give us some examples of that too?
I was working with a company whose branding wasn't a good fit. So let's rebrand the company first. They weren't trademarkable, right? So that was the first thing we figured out. So we went through a registration of a new trademark. We went through some new branding, changed the name of the company, start building up some momentum with that. Make sure that the foundation of their company is sound, that their financials are in good order, that their processes are locked down. Some mom and pop businesses don't count the cash drawer at night because it's just the owners with their hands in the till. But
Yep.
if you're going to franchise it, you have to have a process to reconcile the drawer every night, or people are going to steal from you.
Mhm.
Little things like that that people don't think of because they're just doing it, have to have that figured out. So I have a pre-franchising consultation program that's we can
Okay.
do. You might be 6 or 12 months away. You can come back to me later after I give you a list of things to do, and then we'll franchise it. In our franchise program, we can get you into franchising and then let you run with it, or we can help you along the way. There are different plans and programs to do all of that. So
Sure.
but we'll educate you on all the things that are out there and that you're facing. That's what I help people do and understand. I've been in the franchise space 34 years now. I've opened about 900 territories of various
Wow.
brands for people,
Cool.
and I've had great success doing that. Now I get to help people continue to build things and grow things, and that's exciting because they're building legacy. If you buy a franchise, you're building legacy for your family. If you're franchising your company, you're building legacy for your family as well as the families who buy into your franchise. And so
Yeah.
it's all about building things for the future, and being part of that is fun and exciting, and it charges my battery every day.
Oh no, absolutely. It's like it's so cool to see, and this is why I love what I do too as well in business development. You're seeing people be able to fabricate things from the ground up and see them in different phases of their business and be able to help them. So that's so cool. And now you're talking about territories and things like that. So
Mhm.
as far as do you have specific like service areas? Do you franchise in a specific city or state, or how does that kind of work?
So I'm a global representative of the company. My company has offices in 16 countries. We have
Wow.
guys all over the U.S. We've got people all over the world. If a company in Italy wants to start franchising in the United States, we can help them do that. My
Oh,
territory is worldwide. So if you have a cousin in Denver who's interested in the conversation, happy to help. If they're
yeah.
in Portland, Maine, happy to help. It doesn't matter. It's all virtual. I will find out what territories are available and what the market space is. And if it isn't, do they want to move? If they don't want to move, let's find something else. But I can help anybody anywhere on the planet.
Now, with the franchising too as well, is it physical business storefronts only, or can you do like digital space stuff too as well? Like, how does that work? Is it
Not so much digital or like online stores and things like
uh-huh.
that. That doesn't really fit the franchise model. But there are retail operations, and then there are home-based or van-based businesses that might
Okay.
be doing HVAC repair or plumbing or fences
So
or
they don't
pest
have to have
control.
an actual storefront from it. It would be more of a virtual office, but they provide a service still.
Yeah, they'll have a website, they'll have a service territory, they'll do marketing in that area with their website and some SEO. They may do some direct mail, some postcards, some ad pages, some
Sure.
social media for their neighborhood, targeted, stuff like that. And every brand has different methodologies to promote the growth of their business.
Yes, that's
Obviously, retail is, you spend some money on the sign, people drive by, they see it, great, but you probably still have a web presence because somebody might see it and then they want to go look at reviews before they go in.
mm-hmm.
So there's all these things work in tandem. Franchises help make sure that instead of you doing it yourself, they'll give you the game plan. They'll give you the
Yes.
roadmap to do all of these different things
Yeah.
and make sure that you are successful in doing that. And
That's
that's the whole point of paying money is to accelerate the growth in your business by having a roadmap to follow and not just go figure it out for yourself.
That's so cool. Now, do you also work on the other side of people who might be interested in purchasing a franchise, like out of the franchises that you've helped develop? And so, is it kind of both things where, like, hey, I don't have a franchise I want to operate, but I'm interested in maybe purchasing one of the franchises that you've helped to create?
Absolutely. I'll help a dozen to a dozen and a half people a year do exactly that. finding the best fit. That's really the key. Going through the consultative process. What's in your budget? What's available in your geography? What fits your acumen? What fits your goals? Is it
Sure.
one store? Do I need three stores to get to my target revenue and
Mm,
income? What does it take? Do I want to be an owner operator and quit my job and quit making somebody else's dream come true?
yes.
Or do I just need to keep up with the economy and need some extra money on the side? So
And
I'm going to
yeah,
keep my six-figure job, but I just want to have this little oil change place that gives me an extra, 50 or $100,000 a year so that I can send my kid to a better college.
yes.
Everybody's reason is different, and there are owner operator opportunities, there are semi absentee opportunities, there are very, very few absentee opportunities. Can I just invest money and it makes money? The answer to
Uh,
that is no. Go buy a mutual fund.
yeah, you gotta be present.
You got to be part of your business.
Yeah, you gotta
100%.
participate in it, but at least then what's great about the franchising though is the way that especially for what you guys do, you set it up in such a way that's duplicatable. It's the whole point of it is that there's a instructions it comes with an instruction manual, where the people who fabricated it to begin with, it doesn't come with an instruction manual. They had to go and figure things out by making a bunch of mistakes in order to get to the right formula
Mm-hmm.
for
Right.
everything, have that success. So that legwork's kind of been done for you already, which is
the
cool.
the founding entrepreneur figured it out. They figured
Yes.
out the secret sauce, right? They figured out how to make a Big Mac,
Yes.
right? What's the methodology? What works? What do the customers like? Now here's the recipe. Go
Yes.
follow the recipe. So you can be entrepreneurial,
Mhm.
right? Want to own your own business, but not really sure how to set. Just follow somebody else's methodology and share a little bit of revenue, but you get to keep most of the profits and benefit from the branding.
Yes,
That's
which
the whole
I think
nature
is
of being in
great.
franchising.
Which I think is great because people don't understand the journey that that person takes that does start up that business and have to go through all of those types of steps. That it's not for everybody. That part is just not for everybody. It's very difficult. A lot of times people don't have the finances to be able to go through that too as well because there's a lot of money goes out when you're figuring all that things out. So that's awesome that you do provide that as well too. I think that's really cool.
That's all part of it. Some companies are better at it than others. Obviously, the guys who've been around 50, 60 years in franchising have a great reputation to that, but there's also some great new startup franchises. We call them emerging brands.
Okay.
And if you can't get the brand you want because it's sold out in your territory, well, there may be another brand that does the same thing, but doesn't have as many storefronts. And if you still want to, make coffee, right? Then instead of being part of, some of the brands that have thousands of locations, you can have something that has a little niche, maybe a neighborhood flair, a European twist,
Yeah.
something that's just a little different, and you can, bring that to your neighborhood or your community or your city, and it just depends on the brand and how big of an area it can serve. But we help folks figure that out, and and we get paid by the company, so it
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything for me to help
Yeah.
you find
Great.
that.
That's so awesome, Rudy. We know we're just really excited to have you come to our event. This is going to be, I think this is, I always try to like at each of our events kind of top the one before, you know what I mean? I feel
Hmm.
like this is going to be the creme de la creme so far of all of our events. So I'm happy that you're participating in this one. Now, this event is October 28th in Anna at the Gar Hole. And it's a Bonnie and Clyde theme. Everybody's going to come dressed up in the 1920s kind of style. We have casino games. We have amazing nonprofits attached to it. I have an in-house program. I don't know if you knew this,
Hmm.
Rudy. I have
Absolutely.
an in-house program for single parents, where we actually, raise funds to help develop website development and marketing and stuff like that for single parents who are starting their own company. But we're also attached to a company called Operation Rock the Troops. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's a music program for veterans. So that's also
Nice.
kind of cool. So with our sponsorships too as well, it does things like it helps to pay for the event. It helps to go towards appetizers. We have casino games with actual dealers. We've got
Hmm.
a craps table. We have roulette. We have a Texas Hold'em tournament that we're putting together. And
Hmm.
so also what's cool about the venue is Bonnie and Clyde actually robbed it. It's got a vault in there still because it's a honky tonk that used to be an old bank. And so
Right.
actually Bonnie and Clyde actually robbed it and it's still in there. So when you guys all go there, come and check it out. But Rudy, what kind of persuaded you to make a choice to be a sponsor of one of our events, and how excited are you about it?
Well, I went to your event in the colony and was blown away by just the quality of the people in the room and what we were doing to build business and the
Yes.
culture and atmosphere that you're creating in putting together your events. And I just wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be able to bring my services to more people. So obviously, uh, motivation for me.
Yeah.
But it's also some of those people are going to know people who I need to talk to, and so it
Yes.
benefits them as well. And what I
Absolutely.
do is win-win. If somebody wants to do something, let's find the best place to do it and tee them up in the greatest likelihood for success. And
Yes.
then that comes from, because I get asked the question a lot, what's the best franchise to buy? And the answer is the one that gets you out of bed in the morning,
Yes.
right? It doesn't matter whether you're doing taxes or making hamburgers. If it motivates you to provide that service to your clientele, you will be successful if you follow the program. And if I just say, hey, this cookie store makes money and you buy the cookie store, but then you decide you don't really love cookies, you're not going to be successful. And it is possible for one of the big name brands to be not successful if you're not plugged in to run the business and if not motivated to run it. So let's
Absolutely.
figure out what your driver is, and then we do that. To be able to do that in front of more people, getting in front of more people and the people who also sponsor your event
Yeah.
and partner with them and bring products and serve. It's all about partnerships that form relationships. Those relationships lead to doing
Yes.
business, and business is what we're here
I
to
actually have
accomplish.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably have about 3 really key people in mind that are gonna be at the event, and one of them is actually even a sponsor coming up that I can't wait for you guys to just make a connection. Um, we do vet all of our sponsors, just so all of you guys know. It is a process with them. We don't just accept any sponsor because, we like to work with people that I believe have true integrity, that they're out there to truly serve their community and to be able to offer a product or a service that people genuinely have a need for. And with what Rudy is doing, I'm passionate about it because, again, just like how I am with my business and business development, he's in the same thing too, as well, in a different sector of it. And it really, the reach of people that you can get to that have a need for it, I believe is quite robust. People are looking to versatile their portfolios in some way, shape, or form, or get out of a business that they're currently unhappy in, but they know that there's a timing to it. You have to have strategy to it. You have to have wisdom in making these types of choices and
Mm-hmm.
align yourself with people that know what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, Rudy is an expert in his field. He's top tier. He's a class act and somebody that I highly recommend you meet. So please, please, please come to that event and at least, if anything, come and have a conversation with him because he's just such a great guy who knows what he's doing. And I highly endorse him. Like you're running for
Thank you.
president.
Yay, yay.
Yay!
Hey, we got to
Vote Rudy!
vote for somebody you like because yeah, we our choices are a little thin right now.
It's a little rough right now. It's a little bit rough. But in this case, vote Rudy for the
Vote.
event.
Hey, if you need to in November, just write my name in. It's all fine.
You're gonna just write it in, Rudy for Rico, because why not? Well, again, thank you, Rudy. And how can people find you? What is your website? What are your social handles? All that kind of fun.
Um, I'm the only Rudy Frederico on Facebook and LinkedIn, so that's easy to find.
And you
You
know what he
can
looks like?
text,
His pictures
yeah,
there.
and my face is there, unfortunately. You can also text Rudy to 26786.
Nice.
That's Rudy to 26786. Opt in, and then you can set an appointment on my calendar for a conversation,
Awesome.
or my website, franchisewithrudy.com, and fill
Awesome.
in your information. It'll email me. We'll set up a conversation, and happy to help. I'm excited for the event up in Anna. Little Bonnie and Clyde. I've got my costume ready.
Yay.
I'm all excited to participate and let's just help
Yeah.
people build business.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you so much, Rudy. And I'll be sure to, I'm going to put all your information down below so all of you can be able to just click it immediately, go to his website. I'll put all the codes and all that he just went over. And if you guys would like to come to the event, you just go and get tickets at believersinbusinesssocial.com. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor of one of our future events, since this one's already, obviously this sold out for sponsorships already, you can also contact us at believersinbusinesssocial.com. And thanks again, Rudy. I'm looking
Thank you.
forward to it, and we'll see you all there. Aloha.